Sagittarius, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So yes, this is for you Sagittarius, whether it's your Sagittarius is in Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus sign. So welcome. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. If you haven't yet, I invite you to do that now. During or after the video, at the end of the video, and also leave me a comment and or a thumbs up if this resonates with you too. So it just helps me to get a gauge whether if it's if you're getting the messages, understanding them, if it's resonating with you. So on that note, I just want to say that this is for June 2021, okay, for this month of June 2021. And also, if you I just want to remind everybody that these reads are general, so just take what does and leave what doesn't resonate with you, if there is something that doesn't resonate with you. The other thing, if that is the case, then check out what your other signs are saying for you. So like I said in the beginning, that's you may be watching for your sun, under your sun, moon, Sagittarius may fall under your sun, moon, rising and or Venus sign for you. So if it so check out what your other signs are saying for you, because it can give you a little bit more of a comprehensive overview about what could be coming up for you, or just maybe clarification about what's going on for you, and confirmation actually is the word that's coming through for some of you as well. So anyway, and if it doesn't resonate with you at all, or not a lot of it, or just some of it does, it may be that what doesn't is more of a forecast for you. So, which is why it's not resonating, because you don't know about it yet. So, so just tie ho for a little bit, and if you're leaving it, if you want to leave a comment, it's something that you may need to come back to, and or a thumbs up if it's not resonating with you. But either way, that's all good. Welcome. Anyway, so let's just get going. So we're doing like the whole 4 weeks, and even though this is today is the 6th of January, where is it going to January? Anyway, the 6th of June. I'm still going to include last week or this week just gone. So the first cutout is listen. Productivity is in reverse, stretch, and then we have time. So there's something coming, obviously you're working through something, and there may be, with the card listen, there's, there may have been a lot of things or nothing coming up, or for some of you, I'm hearing, you may have been hearing some voices or some sounds, like somebody whispering your name or something, spirit may be trying to connect with you. Others of you, I'm hearing like you may be hearing signs in the sense of, conversations, not that so much that you're eavesdropping or anything like that, but somebody might say something. It may be that you're listening to something on the radio, and then you may actually be involved in a conversation where something is said and it's like tweaked and there's an epiphany that's come through. Or there may be somebody that is connecting with you who is in spirit, a loved one in spirit, and they may be like just dropping little signs for you, like I said, something about on there may be a tune on the radio that you may hear, and it will may remind you of someone who has passed over, a loved one in spirit. There is also something about, for some of you, there is that fine tuning in the way that you're hearing spirit. So you may be, or the energetic vibration about what, that may be like high pitched sounds, or even like dull pitched sounds may be coming through. So, and it, check, if you need to, if you feel like you need to go and check your hearing it, or check it. For some of you, it may just be that. Others of you, it may be, I feel like it's, a lot of it is this vibrational energy shifting our frequency and how we hear things, and letting us know that, or letting you know that there is maybe a guide, or let me say a guide, or there's a message in there somewhere for you to take notice of. Okay, so I'm just noticing I'm playing with my ears, so there may be something to do with eyes as well. So listening, there may be something for some of you on listening about going and doing something, maybe repetitive, you know, there's some symbols and signs coming. So there may be something repetitive that's going on and it keeps repeating itself or keeps coming back. You're not actually listening to it in the sense that you're not taking notice of these signs that are going on. But I dare say I wouldn't be surprised because of this picture here where, you know, it's kind of really drawing me to something like you may be literally hearing things as well. So productivity here with this one is in reverse. So there may be something because you may have been distracted by something and then you're not listening to these signs. So your productivity, whatever that may mean to you, it could be something with your work, it could be something that you're doing around home, it could be something, you know, a project around home, it could be your business, or there could be, you know, that you are doing something in your business or career or whatever it is in your personal life. There may not be a lot of productivity going on. So that's in reverse. So there's something, you may be distracted by something, and which is why you're not taking notice of these signs, or you're not hearing, you know, hearing these signs. And so because there's something, okay. I feel like I'll just need to put that aside for a moment. And it may be that you're needing to put that aside for a moment, but that I feel like here with stretch in the third card out. So, this is about you stretching. Maybe you're feeling a little bit too stretched for some of yous, and you're maybe needing to take a little bit of a break. Some of yous, I feel it's about stretching your mind and the way your perspective or your perception, in the way that you are hearing things, and the way that you can be productive. I'm going to turn that around in your life. Okay. So maybe I feel like that's like, you are used to doing something in a certain way. And I feel like some of you have been battling with something, for quite some time now. And for some of you, it may be about 3 or 4 years, 5, 6 years, something a bit longer. Not with everything, but there may be something specific, that's going on. And some of you, it may be, over the last, probably 3 or 4 years, where things maybe have heightened a bit for you. But it's like now I feel like with this productivity here, there's something about, there's with that glitch there, or that hiccup, or that resistance, or whatever it is, or, that distraction from doing anything, or what you feel is, doing anything productive, is turning around. Okay. But this is about you stretching your mind, stretching your perspective, your perception about what might be going on, like the bigger picture, as well. And, looking for a greener outcome, or a greener outcome. Okay. So, I was just, I guess they're hearing that, not always is the grass greener on the other side. So there is like looking for a greener outcome. And also I'm hearing for an outcome for the greater good of one and all. So this is the last card out for the last week, but may not be typically the last week. This might all happen in the next 2 weeks. So it's just rolled out in that way in the sequence. So where, with time, I'm feeling for some of yous, time is of the essence, but it's not about rushing. Okay. And time is of the essence, but it is about being productive. Does that make sense? Okay. Yes, it does to me, but I'm not Sagittarius, but I hear where they're going from that. So some of you, it's going to be slightly different, but time too. So I'm feeling like, time, it takes time to, there's a baby that's there, okay, at the bottom in here. But it takes time for something to come to fruition. And what I'm hearing is, because this baby here, is that all good things, how does that saying go? Sometimes, we have to wait for everything to turn for the right way. Okay. Everything is happening in the right way that it needs to be. And there's that other saying that good things come for those who wait. Okay, so there is, and not trying to rush everything. It's like with the baby here, you can't rush, it takes generally, 9 to 10 months basically for the baby to be in the womb. So it's fully developed as per se. And yes, sometimes babies do come earlier, but in general, is where they're going from here, is like there's there's something in production, so just giving it the right amount of time for it to work. Okay, so the last card here is balance, and I just wanted to like shuffle and flick this, and this one flicked out. It wasn't my intention to shuffle and get another one, but here we go. So balance. So this is really about you balancing your energy, balancing things around you. Could be time for some of yous. Because I'm hearing like time is of the essence. So let's not, because I'm hearing it's like not wasting your energy, basically, but making sure wasting your energy on things that are either, okay, I'm hearing the word trivial, that are not going to serve you well. It's just, things like that. So anyway, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So there's with this, listen, there is like, I do feel like there's a change in direction. The sevens generally are for me when I thinking about, or there's a turning point. Okay, when I talk about, say, a change in direction, that is that, but there's a turning point. It's like you're waiting, you have been waiting in a way, because it's come up here, for something, for the signs to come up for when this turning point is going to happen, or this change needs to happen. So then we have the Princess of Pentacles underneath that. So that's the Seven of Pentacles. So there is something, turning around, or you're at a turning point. So it's like listening to the clues, basically, of which way you're going to go. So, and how you're going to, what I'm hearing for some of you is combat the situation. But others of you, I'm hearing, this is about how you're going to, how you're going to, they're giving me specific words. I just can't quite get this one. How you're going to, because one is combat. Some of you may be feeling like you are going into combat, but how you're going to resolve or negotiate, those a couple of words, for the greater good, for the best possible outcome. So here's the Princess of Pentacles. So this is the Page of Pentacles in other decks. So there's something moving. There is definitely something new that's moving along there. So that this page is showing, is bringing forth, and then there is some sort of movement. The Three of Wands, okay, with productivity. So I feel like there's something in that's been held up, and you may be waiting for some signs, but I do feel like, or waiting to get moving with something for some of you. But the Three of Wands is like, yep, I feel like you've been, it's giving me that feeling like they've been waiting for a while. It's now time to take some action. So, which is why there's a turning point there. But I feel like some action needs to be taken in a different way or form. So to help move through, there's something here that's like with the Five of Swords. So there's some sort of raru that's going on, typically with ourselves, but it could be something around in your workspace, your business, in your life, somewhere along the line. Could be Pentacles, could be on a personal level, but generally it's with ourselves. We get caught up in something. So there's something shifting in there. Okay, so but in order for that to shift, you've got to get moving. You've got to make some tracks to get moving into, like, stepping outside of the comfort zone, it may be, or sometimes we've got to ruffle a few feathers. So it's not lying down and giving up, basically. So this is meaning, that's what I'm seeing with this. So it's like the swords, are in roses, like there are roses that the swords are piercing through on the ground. So there's something there that, the ground does look dead and barren, and not thriving, but it's like, I feel like there is something that is thriving there, but you've just got to move past it, and it's come up again. But the only way that you're going to get through that is if you're productive and you're doing something about it. So this is taking like a step forward, and then because there's that turning point that I feel like it's at the end of the day we're the ones that have got to create it. So then we have the Ten of Cups here. So something is coming up that is in reverse. So I want to take that one because that one fell out before. Because then we're moving into stress. So like they're saying, this is about you, maybe having a plan A, B, or C, and C, having a different, a couple of strategies if something's not quite, working out, doesn't quite pan out, or it's not fully pan out. You may panning out in the way that is productive in a way. So there's it may be that you're needing to shift the strategy a little bit, which is where they're talking about, stretching your mind or your perspective or perception outside of, where it is or where it normally goes, because there's something new that's coming up. It's like there are new ideas or new things that are coming up. So it's like being ready for it, so that you're going to, I feel what they're talking about is like stretching your perspective, because here is like something good is coming out of it. So the 10 of Cups is there. This is about, being content. And I'm hearing like emotionally wise, and I do feel like, because they're bringing up relationships, because typically the Cups is about relationships and, emotion on an emotional level. But it's also about happiness, in a sense of, completion, because 10s are, and going are about completion. 9s for me, is coming up. So you may be in a 9 now. Some of you may be in that 10 space of that transition and understanding or bringing together, the information from the 9, the end of that cycle, and pulling it all together, which is leaving you feeling more content, because it's like, you now know that you know what you know that you know. Oh, hang on. You know that you know what you know is what you know. Okay. So in that sense, I usually get that. But there's something about this now card here, which is number 8, the 8 of Wands. So this is you, I feel. So there may be a little bit of resistance there, or a little bit of, uncertainty on saying that, because it's like you've fired out the arrows, because typically in this deck, and I mean, in this deck, these are like matchsticks, and okay, but you light them and they'll fire it out, and you fire it out and the flame comes, okay. So that's like you fire them out, or you've thrown these out, because I'm just being drawn to other cards, decks that I have, and that's like they have like a bow, and these are the arrows, and they've fired them out. So it's now time to make a move towards that which you've ideas that you've put out there, and go towards them. So I love how he's like moving, like look at him, he's like really like leaped, and he's jumped, and he's like putting that left foot for the right foot forward, basically, and going with the flow in the way that he's thrown, or they directed these matchsticks or these wands out. Excuse me. So it's like, just go with that. So don't sit here for too long, is what I'm hearing. So you may be quite satisfied and quite chuffed with yourself, and that sort of thing, but it's like there's a now, this 8's for me about now, doing something now, or there's something happening now, or taking a look at whatever it is now, and bringing in, either moving with it in some sort of way. But because this is a wands card, this is you, this is about taking action, it's going with your passion. So it's like don't, and maybe you may be feeling a little bit emotional about this achievement that you've got, so that you've achieved, that you've got created, okay, got created or come to, okay. So here's the time one again, and we have the strength card. So it's like this is about timing, basically. So it's like, because I'm hearing like the bun in the oven is ready to come out, basically. So it may be like 9 months ago, for some of you, it could be 9 weeks ago or 9 days ago that you've started a new project, and something is ready to pop or burst and come into fruition, or to be birthed. So the strength, so you're going to need a bit of strength, okay, and courage through this next month with what is going on, and like playing your cards, but not playing them cleverly, smart, wise, for the best purpose, for the best possible outcome. And I'm hearing for the greater good of one and all at the end of the day. So there must be for some of you something really like humongous going on, because there's this, I tried to get this video going, and it's like there were these disruptions in between, and it's like, oh my God, and then I'd fumble something or fluff something, so there's been like a distraction along the way, or something isn't quite right. So it's like, well, something isn't held up, it has been held up, and it's like, oh gosh, and then somebody comes through the door, and I'm like, okay, are you serious? So it's kind of like there's that sort of thing going on. So there's a toing and a froing there, but it's like it's just going to take a little bit of time, but also hold the faith, stay in, keep strong, and I'm hearing like for some of you, don't buckle in or don't cave in or don't buckle over, don't buckle in or don't cave in. But it's also about being sensible about something or some things that are going on in your life at the moment. So like I say, this could be about your work, it could be about career, it could, a career like as in study or something, or your business, a part of your business. It could be in your personal life, okay? As well, and I feel like some of you, this may have to do with a love relationship as well, like moving away from one or out of one, and there's something, like you're starting to see and you're starting to move, and it's like I feel like it's like there's something for some of yous or a lot of yous even that there is. Or has been a bit of a struggle in the past, but something's coming right. It's like, even though there's this Five of Swords there, it's like you're identifying with it, but everything else after it is like, this is really in your hands, is like pulling yourself out of that space, because it's sort of like you're going in your head, and it's like laying down and surrendering. There are times when we need to do that, but it's like not forever. So this is like, I'm feeling like just telling you, yes, you can surrender, but not lie there and for too long, okay? And, spit the dummy and what have you. But it's like, I feel like some of you are getting that now, and it's like you're more able to like just pick yourself up and carry on without, or continue on with that, even with that going on, because the cards before this are all denote something that is, shifting, moving, that, yes, you may be in a funny little space, but I don't feel like all of you have given up or anything, but sometimes we can be in a space for a little bit longer than what we need to, or we can spend a lot of energy thinking about things which help, which can use a lot of bloody energy, and therefore it's kind of maybe made you feel a little bit lacking of energy and wanting to get motivated or passionate about something or keep moving. But here we have the Nine of Swords as well. So there's something there that's coming to an end. It's like things, there may be swords and things that are coming thrown at you or have been thrown at you, but it's like, I feel like you're moving, you get that now, and it's like you'll get through it basically with that, that there's, like I say, there's timing. And with the strength and the courage that you have, even though with this shit happening, it's coming to an end. So, and you will overcome it. So it's really, like there's like, and I don't, for some of you, it, it is really happening. For others of you, I feel like this is a lot of it, because I'm just talking about it being, in your head. So some of these nightmares, it's like they're like overthinking things as well. But I feel like there is something like this that is going not good, that is around you, that you're overthinking. Some of you is just there may be that going on, but it may be not in the way that you're thinking about it. Okay, so don't overthink it and make it any more or worse than what it already is what I'm hearing. Okay, so it's like not buying into the story as much as too much, basically. Wow. The Chariot. So there's some change there that's coming. For some of you, I feel like there is a new pathway. But others of you, there's a decision that's needing to be made, because it's not quite black and white about what you're going to do about something. So there is something about a change in direction as well. But I feel like either way, there's, okay, where we're going. Oh shit, there we're going. That's where we're going. The Devil card. So there's something about, letting go of something or some things or someone's, but this is, this is about yourself as well, that you may have been getting caught up in some shit that's not yours, or rubbish that's not yours. And it's like not allowing yourself to get caught up in somebody else's stuff as well. So this can also be, like toxic energy. Okay, so there may be some toxic energy that's around you. So, which is, you're needing to, there's a path change, a change of direction. So, but it's not, there's some toxicity around you. It may be you, but I feel like for a lot of you, there is a smidgen of it, but it's not you for a good portion of you. It's like more, you may be in a toxic work environment, or you may be in a toxic family environment, or relationship or something like that. But this is about you now freeing yourself from those toxic bonds. So whether that be like this perspective or this perception, and not allowing others to put that toxicity on you, so you don't have to wear it. Others of you, if you're the creator or you're part of that toxicity, it's like, there's a, looking at it, changing your perspective, or looking at your perspective about what is going on. Because it's like, it's interesting, it's come in the productivity, because it's not whatever it is that's going on. For some of you, I feel like there may be addictions in there, or something that's coming up that is affecting your productivity. Or the way that you're thinking, being, doing things, and especially in what you're wanting to do, be, give, and have in your life, to achieve in your life. So there's a shift in that, but it's going to take you to getting out of your head and stretching your mind, your energy, the way that you think about things, okay? Because then we have the Four of Pentacles here. It's like not holding on too tightly to stuff, okay? And setting yourself free from it, which is that stuff, because it's like if you're not going to, it's just going to stay there. But, the fact that the Four of Pentacles is there, it's like saying, I feel like this is giving you hope, because there's success there. There's success coming. You will be successful in whatever it is, but not holding on to like old ideas, old ways of thinking things, which is why it's fallen underneath the stretch card. So it's like letting go of old thought patterns, of whether it's about money, family, relationships, whatever, your health, things to do with health, but typically around money, I feel, because it is the Pentacles. But I do feel, on saying that, it's coming that about belief systems, habits, patterns, and things like that. The Five of Cups, there's something emotional there that's going on here. It may bring up some emotions and stuff, but I do feel like, with this, it's like you're addressing them now, and you're taking a different pathway. And then we have the Seven of Swords here, so that's something like you've moved away from something. The Six of Swords it's not the Six of Swords, but there's something, it's like I feel like you're being guided to move away from something, or someone, in a way, because like she's walking away, she's got to back towards whatever it is. The moon is there, shivers, in the night there. So it's like shining the way, or lighting up that space. It's there's something I feel like you've been guided to move away from, and so keep moving away from it, whatever it is. I actually want to use a different deck of cards. I want to just see what comes up with these ones. I know we're going for these ones. And see what happens. And see what comes up, and yes, clarify it. Oh no, that's not it. Clarify what's been said already. But there is a lot of movement, and I feel like like the Queen of Pentacles. So that's there may be a Capricorn in your life, in female energy, that may be quite a prominent energy in your life. Who is there to help you out and encouraging you as well to, think about things wisely, but not overthinking it, was what I'm hearing. But I'm also hearing like there is some, whatever that changes will lead to it's interesting, either, pleasing this person, but also I feel like that is like, it's also about success for you as well. Like this is about you grounding yourself as well, to, as you're moving through this, this period here, because these horses are moving quite quickly, this change of direction and all this, and I do feel like it's maybe not necessarily like a change of direction and a change of in the way. Some of it will be physical movement, like, moving or moving out of a relationship, a job or business or whatever like that, physical movement. But I feel like some of you, it is about that perspective or that change in the way that you view things, okay? But there is some sort of success, and I do feel like there's a combination of success in health, wealth, family, that sort of thing, but also in grounded. So there's a bit more security, and what do they call it? And foundation there, but more security is what I'm hearing. So the next card out is this the 9 of Wands here. So this is you've been through a bit of a battle there. You're looking a little bit battle weary, but and there's still, you've got through it. So whatever, there are boundaries there now, so that are behind you in the past. That's really interesting. I've not always seen it like that. So it's like you've put up boundaries, so you're still a little bit guarded, but you've got one staff there. I do feel like that is more in the sense that like to help you to move forward into the next part of your journey. But yeah, I just feel like that is about success. Something is coming to an end in that as well. The Wheel of Fortune comes out, see? And so something, is turning around. I don't feel like this is just about money or only about money, but fortuitous or fortune and knowledge and financially as well, but energy, in the expenditure of energy, money, knowledge, and the wisdom that you've gained from that, okay? So, but it will bring you, it's like there's a shift anyway, okay, in fortune, so which is good, it's a good thing I'm hearing. And then we have the Lovers. So it's like some of you, I feel like there is literally a new love that's coming in. For some of you, this may be about a love relationship, and I feel like for a lot of you, it's like there is that feeling of that sense of love with oneself, okay, and it may be that you are balancing up that masculine and that feminine side of you, and achieving success, and like you're very happy with how you've gone through this journey and that self. So it's like I have this feeling in the sense of more self-love than what I had before. But also in doing that, it's like there may be partnerships that a love relationship that is like coming together or bonding as well, and you're both on the same page. Wow. So there is something, and I'm just hearing this balance because I'm going back to this, like this black and white here. There's a bit of more balance there with, like, I feel like relationships for some of you, like I say, in your personal relationship, that love relationship that you have for yourself, but also, it may be a marital relationship, and it may be that, but there's definitely a bonding there. That's what I'm feeling. It's like something out of this emotional space here. It comes out, and it's like the last card here is balance. So there's more balance, okay, with you. Actually, no, it's not that deck. It's this deck. We'll see who's coming to come in. There was that one is the Collective of Angels. Just want to like, oh, okay. It may be that you like water. So water is a really nice way. I love water as far as blessing and cleansing. So it may be the river, the lake, it could be a pond for you or a spring that you know of that's handy to you, the sea. But there's something about getting near water. Also, I'm hearing is like drinking a lot more water as well for some of you. But here, like, interesting, I talk about clean because, I'm hearing that the cleaning is like water for cleaning, your wairua, your spiritual self, your energy, aura, chakras, whatever, but just in your space, like blessing yourself in your space, which is clearing, cleansing. But also, with your body is taking in water to flush out stuff as well. So it's beautiful. Spirit never ceases to amaze me. And I'm going to take this one. Because it's fallen upside down. It's sticking up. And you know what? It's a blank card. So, and I purposely put this card in there, and it's like a blank card. It's like you got a blank slate, a clean slate, in which to create whatever it is that you want to create, basically. So this month, from what I could gather to sum it up is like there is, it may seem like a little bit of a bumpy ride that you may be repeating things again, but it's like you're moving through things, and I feel like just taking your time and stretching your mind and your perspective of perception about certain things that are happening on there around you on this one, on the way through your journey through this month, and and making some choices, as in releasing some toxic energies from your life, or toxic thoughts or feelings or whatever that aren't yours, and that are or that are yours as well. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for you, Sagittarius, with lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure. But, you know, just know there is more balance, and I sense there is more balance coming for you as you start to like clean up this mess, is what I'm hearing for some of you. But just, you know, make your way, and some of it is, you know, just cleaning up along the way, and sorting things out with you, and releasing, basically. So that which is not yours to hold on to. Anyway, God bless you on this journey, and I shall see you in a couple of weeks. Okay, bye for now.